Hi everybody, today we're talking about the two subtypes of the INFJ personality type, the assertive INFJ and the turbulent INFJ. We're going to discuss what they look like, how each of them are different from the other, and I'm also going to explain one important thing to keep in mind when it comes to personality type. One very important thing. So this topic was a request from one of my viewers, and I think it's a great topic to talk about. For one, it's pretty interesting. So stick around. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. If we haven't met before, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you found it. My name's Trina Bretnell. I love showing up and helping other people like myself, an INFJ, and I'm also autistic. Just understand who they are, feel seen, feel heard, feel understood, feel less alone. That's what I like to do. I've been working on myself for a number of years, and I know being an INFJ, a lot of the things that we learn in personal development, it seems like there's always a missing link to it. So I thought I would show up and start sharing what I found to help with that missing link to get us to where we want to be going. So that's what I do. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you find it helpful. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Before we get going though, if there's a topic that you would like me to talk about, please put it in the comments, or I will drop my email address in the description of this video if I remember to do it, and email me directly on a topic that you'd like to talk about, because I'd love to hear what you guys want to hear about. Lots of hears in that sentence. All right, so that's me in a nutshell. Let's get into this. Let's talk about these two subtypes. This was a very interesting topic. When I read this, somebody asked me to do this, and then the person, they mentioned that they've been told, or they've been accused of being an imposter because they don't act a specific way. So I thought, yeah, this would be a great topic to talk about. So let's get into this. So the INFJ assertive. So we've got our INFJ personality type, right? So there are subtypes that go with this, the personality types. They all the 16 personality types have subtypes. So the INFJ has the assertive and the turbulent. So the assertive INFJ, they tend to be more confident, more self-assured, less prone to stress, which is nice, very nice, because it's definitely not me. Typically more relaxed and more resilient, okay? And they generally handle criticism and setbacks with ease, okay? So that's the INFJ assertive. So now, when we say INFJ, they're still INFJ, but they tend to have these little qualities also that they lean into. Now the INFJ turbulent, same with INFJ, they're an INFJ, but they tend to usually be more sensitive to stress. That's the word I was looking for. I was lost for words. Words are hard again right now. So usually more sensitive to stress, concerned with performance and appearance, more so than the assertive INFJ, and usually more self-conscious and tend to be more of a perfectionist, which actually can drive the turbulent to have great success, do amazing things, but it also makes them more prone to anxiety and self-doubt. So that's a bad thing, right? Those are basically the two subtypes. Those are the difference. So the assertive is more confident, self-assured, less prone to stress, more relaxed, more resilient. And then the turbulent is more sensitive to stress, is more concerned with performance, appearance, that sort of thing, right? Those are the differences. Now, going back to being called an imposter, I find lots of people get obsessed with personality type, and I think that's great, because I think that it's important to learn about who you are and how you tend to react to different situations, or how you're taking in information, come to decisions. I really think that that's all important to know. However, when we read about personality type, we tend to forget that these are only suggestions. Okay, so I'm not saying that I'm an expert on this, or I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I am an MBTI practitioner. So I have studied personality type a lot. And when you study it, you learn that these are suggestions. So when we read an INFJ tends to be more like this, and then there'll be a whole printout of what we tend to be more like. We tend to like to spend a lot of time alone. We like deep conversations. that sort of thing, right? And it'll go on and on. Lots of INFJs tend to lack self-esteem, tend to lack self-worth, have lots of self-doubt, are prone to stress, do not like criticism. That's only saying that a lot of INFJs seem to be this way. It is not written in stone, okay? So the thing that I really wanted to stress to you is that life experience plays a critical role in personality type. So when I hear people, and I've been called an imposter too. I've been called an imposter because of doing these videos. For one, showing up on video. People are like, oh, if you're an INFJ, you would never do this. And for two, I've been called an imposter because people can see my house behind me, which this is a backdrop, by the way. And in my first take of this video, it fell. And I should have kept it in because it was kind of interesting. Anyway, so they judge me based on what my house looks like. Well, that's not even my house. That's a backdrop, okay? And call me an imposter and a whole bunch of other things. We forget that life experience plays a crucial role in this. So my experience in life is going to be totally different than another INFJ. So how I show up and present myself in the world is going to be a lot different than another INFJ. However, there's going to be those similarities. I am also autistic. So the things that INFJs struggle with, like our high sensitivity and being in tune to other people's emotions, those are all like really, really pronounced with my autism. So I'm going to be a little bit different than other INFJs. A great example of this is I met a wonderful person actually through YouTube. We became friends. Complete different country. We're like on opposite ends of the earth, literally. And we became very good friends. Now, this person has a complete different lifestyle than I do, had a complete different childhood than I did, complete different parents, was raised in a complete different society. But this person is an INFJ, and I'm an INFJ. So we compare ourselves lots to each other. We don't compare. We compare facts of what we're doing, and it's so awesome because I use this person. This person is definitely an assertive INFJ, is not scared to take risks, thinks about, okay, this is what I want to do now, is already super successful and thinks, well, this is what I want to do now, and it just goes for it. Doesn't let that self-doubt get a hold of them or anything. They just go for it. And I'm like, wow. And they're successful no matter what they do. It works out for them, and they just lean into being an INFJ, and this has showed me what is possible for an INFJ. My point I'm getting at is we're the same personality type. Now, this person isn't autistic. We're the same personality type. We both can understand picking up on emotions from other people. We like the same kind of movies. We like the same kind of books. We have lots of the same interests. We're both writers. However, we're also very different in other ways. Do you see what I mean? Because life experience plays a crucial role in shaping personality type. And it, not just the type, but the subtypes as well. Another thing I wanted to point out is that those subtypes, we bounce back and forth from one to the other, okay? So maybe you did like an assessment, and you did an assessment today and it came out that you're an INFJ assertive today. Okay, that's cool. Assertive, turbulent, whatever. They're both amazing. They're both amazing types. But today, that's what you came out at. Well, it depends on what you got going on in your life. Okay, so maybe right now your life is just amazing. Things are falling into place. You're like really in tune to that intuition, and it's guiding you all down the path that you're supposed to be going, and things are great, and you've got a great relationship, and the kids are doing good, and blah, blah, blah. You get it, right? 2 years from now, things could be very different. I mean, life changes. Maybe you had to go take on a new job, and it's a job in a complete different field. Or maybe you just wanted to tackle something new, and you took on this job on purpose because you wanted to learn something new, okay? But this created lots of self-doubt. Maybe it created lots of imposter syndrome, that sort of thing. So you go back and take that test right then in that spot in the future, and chances are it's going to come out as INFJ turbulent because of the feelings that you're having right at that moment, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're doing personality typing, that life experience and what is going on in life at the moment plays a crucial role in personality type. Now, you'll probably, for the most part, always be the INFJ, but I'm not saying that's written in stone either. I know lots of people that will bounce back and forth because of personality type. What was the word I was looking for? Come on, words, come back to me. Development. Okay, and a really healthy personality type has developed their preferences so they can lean into any of their preferences. So just because I say INFJ, introverted, intuitive, feeling, judger, doesn't mean that we do not have those sensing preferences there, that we do not have our thinking preferences, that we do not have our perceiving preferences. They're there, and we should really work on leaning into them and getting good at using them so that when we need to, we can lean in and use them, okay? So that kind of got on to more of the INFJ, but the subtype, it works the same. So it really depends on what's going on in life. For me, for the most part, I'm an INFJ turbulent, which a lot of people would be surprised by that because it looks like on the outside, I've got everything together. I'm confident, I'm showing up, I'm doing this. Man, if you were on the inside of me, it's like chaos. It's like, have you guys watched that movie Inside Out? There's part 2 coming out, which my son and I are very excited about. Anyway, we watch Inside Out a lot. And there's parts where the emotions in the head, they're like running around. I think it was when the main character Riley met this young guy at a hockey game or something like that. Anyway, and his emotions inside his head, it showed him, it said like, girl, and they're running around and one's like crying in the corner, all scared. That's kind of like me, but not with a girl, but my emotions and everything going on inside my head, it's like chaos in there, okay? From the outside, you can't see that. I would look more like an assertive INFJ, but inside, it's turbulent. Now, you can't see it on the outside because I've done my work. I have been working on myself, like diving deep and really understanding who I am and leaning into who I am and just doing all that personal development seriously, working on daily since 2012. I have done my work. I'm not finished my work. I'm going to continue doing my work because I don't think that it's something that ends. It's a cycle that continues on. So I've done my work. So when that lack of confidence or the self-doubt comes up or whatever it may be, I've learned how to handle it. So from the outside, yeah, I got it together. I'm confident. We're going to do this and let's go. And the inside is like crying in a corner, but I know how to push through it to get to where I want to go, right? So when we're studying personality type, keep that in mind, that life experience plays a huge part in shaping our personality type. Huge. So when we go to judge other people or when somebody is judging us, remember that and calling us an imposter or arguing that, no, you're not that type and making you feel bad and question who you are, don't allow them to take that power away from you. For one, they are not allowed to take that power away from you. Knowing who you are and understanding who you are is power that nobody can take away from you. Remember that? Number 2, they're not understanding personality type. They're not understanding that life experience plays a crucial role. Your lifestyle is totally different than theirs, okay? And we can't change the fact that they can't understand it. That's something they got to go do. So just, nod and go on with your life and don't worry about it because it's not to worry about. So this is what I wanted to really stress, that yes, there's the INFJ and then there's the subtypes. Don't allow yourself to get boxed in by those subtypes, saying that, oh, I'm an INFJ turbulent. I relate more to the turbulent. I'm sensitive to stress. I can't handle criticism. I'm self-conscious. So there's certain things I can't do. No. We don't do it. We don't look at it that way. We look at it as, oh, I tend to be more turbulent. So these are things I need to be aware of. Now I need to go do the work and figure out how I can overcome those things when they're going to come up in my life, because they're going to come up in my life because I tend to be more turbulent than assertive. So let's figure out a solution on how to deal with them when they come up. Does that make sense? I hope this was helpful. Thank you for sticking with me. This was longer than I wanted, but I was on a rant and I just wanted to clarify this because I think it's so important. If this was helpful, please like my video. Please feel free to share it. The more times it's liked, the more times it's shared, the more INFJs we get to help, and really that's what it's all about. And if you haven't yet, I invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can learn more INFJ, and also I talk about INFJ with autism as well, because that is me, and you never know what we're going to be talking about. Again, if you have something you'd like me to talk about, put it in the comments or email me in private, and I will do my best to do a video about it. All right, thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you again very soon with a new video. Bye for now.